This one is from Joe Maya. Any tips for mixing, polishing? Clean tone guitar sounds. I'm getting used to make pretty good distorted or colored type of guitars, but struggling with clean tones, and I don't see much tips for that online. Probably you don't see that many tips online because clean tones, I want to say, is a 90% the source, because you have no way to hide because you have a clean tone. You know, it's easier when you have effects and distortion and all that to sculpt the sound the way you want it. But with clean tones, you can't hide because it's clean. So I want to say the reason because you don't find many tips is because 90% literally is what amps you're using, what guitar you're using, your source. That's really it. As for mixing those type of sounds, again, I tend to stay away from super colored processing with them. I tend to, if I have to compress, I usually try to write manually before going and relying on an automatic volume control like a compressor. If I do, I tend to lean towards leveler style. Like for example, if we talk plugins, we talk about MV2 or max volume or something very transparent, very smooth. And I want to say probably if you do use a little bit of reverb and room sound, definitely pick a high quality reverb, because at that point, again, you got nowhere to hide. The tails are gonna be, if they're grainy, if they're cheap, they will sound cheap on reverbs and delays. So make sure all that is at the highest quality that you can possibly afford. And same for the top end. The top end on clean guitars for me is very important. So before we continue, if you enjoy the videos, please subscribe and hit the notification button. And if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixBus TV member, access the already big and always growing library of full mixing courses, start to finish, mastering courses on many different genres and a lot more. If you like the video, you want to support the channel, either grab some merch or use the super thanks down here. Let's go back to the video. Take your time and pick the right EQ for it, especially if we're talking about analog. If we are in the box, most of them are transparent and you are probably safe, but you're never gonna have something amazing, simply because, for example, the Mag EQ hardware on guitars is great, as well as the West Audio RIA. Just running through it because of the tubes, it has this really polished top end. That's why I thought about it, because you mentioned polished. So this would be my tips. And definitely try and pay attention that you're not over mixing them, because clean tones, to me, they have to sound natural. So over processing, you know, sometimes doing less, it's the right ticket. I hope this answered the question.
Hands on my neck, hands grab my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so gone, my type. Don't you know I fall for the bad type? You play the role of an angel pretty well.